All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there are multiple mediums on which you can get this content. But my favorite one is the blog. And the blog is at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. And I know that's a lot to type in or click or whatever. Um, so, wherever you are watching or listening, look for a prompt of more info, intro, description, something of that nature. Touch on that, and a box opens with more information, but definitely the link to the blog. The free blog. You don't even have to put your email address in. And that's where all the articles are in full, and you can follow along with me. And after a while, the video is there too, so you can watch the video, follow along, all in one spot. I believe, because I don't do this, I don't watch on the, actually, I don't even watch these. Once I do them, I just check to make sure I uploaded the right file, that it sounds good. Um, I scan through to do the timeline thing, but other than that, anyway, let's get into this. There's a lot of articles. So, yes, they are back to business. And so I'm obviously not going to get to all of them, which is another reason why you should go to the blog, because I focus on what is important to me. And you may find something on the blog that is more important to you that may help you make a decision. You know, is this happening now? Is this going to drag on? What do I do with my life while I'm waiting? All right. So at 11 minutes and 11 seconds, the little subscribe icon is going to pop up. All you have to do is tap it if you like, but definitely hit the thumbs up button. That helps a lot. And yes, thank you. Thank you, Spotify, new subscribers. Thank you, new subscribers, platform, other platforms, and givers, supporters. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big or small, I appreciate it all, let me tell you. And yeah, okay, so today was Monday, 7/7, and some people said 7 if you put 2 plus 5, but yeah, you know. But anyway, so let's see. This is um the uh-oh, where's the words? Oh, okay. There's lots of good. There's just a little bit of negative, lots of good. Okay? So, and I don't have it in order. I tried to, but it's already late. Um anyway, so this is the title that I like better. Stabilizing the dinar. Game over for the parallel market. And there's an image here, but I don't know why it's not coming up, but I'll fix that later. Government advisor, we know who that is. Usually it's Mohammed Salih, right? He says 3 factors have stripped the parallel exchange market of its price influence and diversified our financial reserves, which they're not really diversified. They're better. They have more gold now. But anyway, so here he is, Mohammed Saleh, confirmed that the stability of the price structure and decline in annual inflation rates, which you know they can flub those numbers, right, in Iraq are the result of the success of 3 integrated economic policies that worked in a coordinated manner with the framework of the state's general economic policy. So one was the fiscal policy has contributed, the changes they made. 2, the monetary policy in turn has achieved tangible success. We like that in maintaining the external value of the dinar by controlling domestic liquidity levels. And thirdly, um, price defense through the establishment of a hybrid market network, which provided a wide supply of goods at stable prices. So if you want to read the rest of that, and then the increase in gold reserves, Saleh explained, this is a successful monetary policy tool for diversifying Iraq's foreign reserves portfolio, noting that gold represents a safe haven against fluctuations in global exchange rates, and interest rates. What do they care about global exchange rates? They don't have one yet. Well, they do, kind of, right? But it's fake. Fake, fake, fake. So let me see. Let me show you why they're saying this. I just want to show you. Here it is. This is an evening. This is the news. Who knows how you say that? Publishes an evening list of dollar exchange rates in some of the places in Iraq. Here's one. Here's another. These, right? But look at that. 1,400. I know it says 140,000, but you take these two zeros off, you get $1. And you take these two zeros off and you get 1,400, right? So 1,400, but that's them buying it back, right? So if it's 1,400 and you go in, they're going to tell you 1,413, right? So they get the spread. But tomorrow, maybe what I would love to do is wake up and see them in the morning, actually just a couple of hours from now. And maybe it'll be at 1390, 1398. But so this may even be, this 1,400 may even be close enough for them to consider the parallel market. Because remember, the CBI rate is 1320, 1310. But it may be close enough for them to feel that. Okay, then there was something else to say that the parallel market's been taken care of. There was one other thing over here I wanted to. Oh, it's out of the So this says Ice Cream Land is preparing to strike the neighbor, Iraq's neighbor, and the U.S. president is considering giving the green light. I hope not. And see, that's dated July 8th. I hope that's not the case because remember Bibi is here, and it seems a lot of people are speculating what's being said and what's being planned. So I'm hoping that's just speculation that's incorrect. So that was one of the negative things. Then the other there, this one, and there's one more possible. Okay. Injuries and missing after a drone attack on a ship near the Yemeni coast. Whatever. So, yeah, remember yesterday? If you listened to yesterday's recording, and I said, hey, there's the H-Man, Yahya Shara. I hadn't seen him in a while. And usually when he comes on screaming, yeah, kablooey's happen somewhere. And so it is, yeah, people are missing, so they're probably no longer with us. And I'm not gonna post this, but it was flagged Liberian, but it's reported. They sank this Greek ship, Magic Seas. So that one maybe went under the radar because it was a holiday. But yeah, not this one. All right, so they mean business, and I still don't know. I mean, it's per presumed Iran is who they listen to, but I don't think so. I think they're acting on their own. I don't know though. All right, so yeah, that's it. So we'll go back over here and we'll get back to the positive stuff. So here, if you didn't know, OPEC Plus, they They had a meeting. They're going to increase starting August. There'll be an increase of production. Iraq is one of the countries that gets to increase. So he talks about that here. But to me, that would make oil prices go down more, right? But they're currently like around $68. So even if they go, as long as they stay over 60 and above, Iraq is okay. And plus, if they are allowed to raise their rate and pass those business laws and start bringing in all the investment and everything, they'll be okay anyway, right? So the advisor concluded his remarks by emphasizing the economic stability Iraq is witnessing today is the result of integration of fiscal, monetary, and pricing policies into a unified framework that promotes sustainable development and supports the implementation of the government's program and comprehensive economic reforms. All right. So then we're going to go into this. The era of cash is over. Iraq accelerates its steps towards electronic payments, even amid spirits of hacking. So, yeah, there's a lot about this today. Restructuring the banking sector. We know they need to. There's lots of numbers here. Point of sale machines, ATM machines, new accounts, ATM cards, all kinds of stuff, right? So I'll be skipping over that, but if you want to read these articles, by all means, go to the blog and read them. Let's see, the House of Representatives emphasized the importance of switching to an electronic payment system as a strategic step to eliminate excessive reliance on cash, noting that this culture has become prevalent globally and Iraq must catch up. And I say, no, you don't, Iraq, you don't need to catch up. Parliamentary warning, failure to approve budget schedules will exacerbate financial crises. Of course, right? That's what they're going to say. They go on to talk about how there's projects that are delayed. Services are being interrupted to the citizens. And it's all about the citizens, right? 30 Iraqi banks no longer deal in dollars. Now, there's something, and I got it, but we're not going to have time to talk about it. Plus, I haven't translated it yet. But it said Oliver Wyman turns to Iraqi banks or something like that. Oliver Wyman standards knock on the doors of Iraqi banks. So, and there's really not, no, that wasn't going to sound good. There's not a lot of words here. So the news publishes the full list. Banks banned from receiving dollars by order of the CBI. And look at this picture. Sudani is not happy about that. Why would they put a smiling Sudani there? But whatever. So they updated the list and they posted it. So I'm thinking more is going to come from this. Why did they post it? Possible reasons for the ban. So something else is going to come from this. Violations, money laundering, smuggling, hard currency, illegal transfers, failure to comply with financial compliance. So you can read that if you like, but like I'm saying, I think more is going to come. In conclusion, all eyes are on the Central Bank of Iraq's next steps regarding banks banned from dealing in dollars. So we'll see. We shall see. A delegation came from Kurdistan to Baghdad this morning. We got no definite answers on anything. We know they met. That's it. But remember I said that. I said nothing's going to happen not that nothing's happening. We weren't going to hear anything because Tuesday, the Council of Ministers are supposed to gather and finish up, right? But there's an article saying they're not going to talk about it. There will be a meeting, but they're not going to talk about it. But hopefully that's wrong. The government is accelerating digital transformation, Historic growth in electronic payments and financial inclusion in Iraq. I told you there's a lot about that today. And same numbers, little bit of different wording, but I wanted you to see how many articles they really want the citizens to see this, probably to try to convince the other 40% that haven't gone in and done it. Iraq is not among the best Arab countries in information technology. We live in an era of paper transactions. So they're trying to, move along, but issues plus sabotage, right? I think we can admit there's blatant sabotage to keep them from moving as fast as they can. So yeah, Iraq has officially dropped out of the top 10 Arab countries in the 2025 Information and Communications Technology Index. And I'm sure that is on purpose, right? But what do I know? So you can read that. Infrastructure is absent or eroding. The solution begins with partnerships with the world. And what do they need for that? The new rate and those laws to be passed so they can move forward. Then they will have lots of partnerships with the world, right? Iraq urgently needs to develop its information and communications technology infrastructure and rely on specialized international companies and systems, not just temporary local solutions. All right. Yeah. So here's another one about the central bank. Inflation, not about it. Announcement from. Inflation fell by 21% and gold reserves rose by 19% in the first quarter of 2025. So, central bank's report, I'm reading right here if you're following along. Central bank's report stated that this decline indicates a decline in the general price level and an improvement in the purchasing power of individuals and institutions in Iraq. So see, they can say, hey, you got more purchasing power, but it's not what they were promised, right? Oops, I just did something I shouldn't have done. Okay, I'm so goofy. I think it's working though. Yeah, it's still working. Okay. Alrighty. Money transfers abroad in Iraq are linked to the conversion of Iraqi oil revenues into dollars, which the bank provides to importers at the official exchange rate. Okay, I think that sentence is important. I don't really know what it means. I tell you, I have reading comprehension issues, but I think that's important, right? Or do we already know that? Because, sometimes I don't read the oil articles in full. I do searches for certain words but so I think this is saying that the conversion is based on oil, and that's why we're not seeing these contracts, right? Because those contracts are going to have the rate. So, and I normally don't believe that. Like if people say, Tish, do you think the rate is going to be in the Gazette? And I'm like, no, they don't ever put the rate in the Gazette, or it's the program rate. I'm thinking the rate may be in those contracts. But also, I know that they have published contracts and they've said, we're not putting the information here. This certain information is not going to be posted here. So why wouldn't they do that this time? But if it's the law, right, which is the budget is a law, then they can't blank out those words. Like redacted, right? The budget is a law. So if it's in the Gazette, they can't redact. They have to show everything because it goes in that's history. That's their legal documentation. But anyway, yeah, so I think that's an important sentence there. All right. Localization of private sector salaries, rapid payment and collection. Sudani issues banking decisions. See, here's another good article. And here, activating. And the reason, for those of you who don't know, they do things in stages. They approve, they implement, and they activate. Now, what is he talking about activating here? The local card, which came out over the weekend. They announced they're going to have a national local card, not tied to MasterCard and Visa. And then they've been working on this also. A unified center for complaints related to electronic payment transactions headquartered at the National Data Center. So they're having their own National Data Center. Here, if you want to read about the neighbor's oil is being sold as Iraq's oil. That's a violation. So more sanctions could possibly be coming. Or this is, it made it to oilprice.com. Those of you who know, that's my favorite website to get information about oil on. But if you don't want to read that, here is the information for you here. So we may see more sanctions, but again, that's just on entities and people. It's not the country, it's not the money, the currency, it's the people doing the dirt, right? The smuggling or what have you. All right, and here's my one commercial. Buy me a coffee if you like what I do, if you think it's helpful. This will be a live link, or my Cash App is always live. $ T as in Tom, I, S as in Sam, H, W, A, S as in Sam, H. And thank you, big or small. I appreciate it all. All right, so see, here's another article about Iraq gold surges and inflation dips. So see, they're trying to show the citizens, look, we're strong. We're building up. We have enough to cover. All right, here. So the Minister Council for Economy, they had a meeting today. This isn't the regular Council of Ministers. This is the one for the economy, and the person who heads it is Fuad Hussein, who is what? He's the foreign minister and the deputy prime minister. So he's a pretty powerful dude. But one of the decisions, they made other decisions, but one of them was they decided to reduce fees for issuing electronic payment cards by 50%. So not only are they forcing them to take these cards, then they're making them pay for them. 5,000 dinars or less. But that's crazy. I would be mad. You're making me take this card and then I have to pay for it too? But that's why I'm proud to be an American. All right, so here. Yeah, sorry about that. I can't sing, but I love to sing. So go figure. Oh, so here's other decisions they made also. The Ministry of Oil and Oil Products Distribution Company shall increase the percentage of use of electronic payment operations to no less than 50%. See, so across the board. Yep. So there's other, like I said, they did other things too, but all right, so here's Kuba Talabani. The Talibanis are the second most powerful family in Kurdistan. We await fruitful results from the Herbal Baghdad dialogue. Oh, I didn't put the time, but this came out later. So, a federal delegation recently visited Kurdistan and held constructive meetings in Erbil, but unfortunately, things did not go well in the capital, Baghdad. He explained the regional delegation held a meeting today with the same Iraqi delegation and we hope that the meeting will yield fruitful results. So we're waiting for those results. And here, Tuesday salaries. Kurds await a decision while Sulaymaniyah protesters raise their voices. No solution without settlement. So this is Kurdistan. The Sulaymaniyah, those are those protesters. They're still out there protesting. They don't show them anymore though, but they do write about them. They're still out there. Well, I remember it's difficult to watch for me the Kurdish news. Um, it doesn't come through well for some reason, like the Baghdad one does. So if they were going to show it, it would be on their news. But even the little bit that I get to watch, they're not showing them. But they do write about them. Anyway, so yeah, this article is giving the background of how long they've been waiting, what the problem is, what the issue is, what they want resolved, the settlement that they want. But, uh, you know, it's all tied together. So here is the Iranian president reveals fate of negotiations with the U.S. Now he's saying he wants to talk, but they still don't trust Washington. He also revealed he had been the victim of a "I'm going to take you out" attempt. He survived. Okay. So this is the upcoming elections will delay the approval of important laws. This is one of those things I was like, maybe. I hope not. You would think Sudani would want this done because if the elections come and there's no rate change, I doubt he's going to get a second term, right? But who knows? But here, because they have to do first, second readings, it may not get done. And then they have to do third also, but I don't know why it doesn't say that. It may not get completed. So that's what he's saying. If they don't hurry up, if they don't submit everything on the 10th, like they said they're going to, then they're going to run out of time. Okay, now this could be a problem. This is a member of parliament, and he's threatening an open-ended sit-in inside parliament. Now, I don't know how big of a following he has, but look at his last name, Maliki, but this isn't the famous one, but I bet you he's related to him. So that might be a problem. So July 9th is the end of the session, and they're coming back on the 10th, right? So there's already a problem there. So we'll see. This was good. Sudani and Rashid Abdul Latif Jamal. Look at that. I almost got it. They had a meeting. They covered a lot of things. Now remember, he's a Kurd. The president is a Kurd. So he's there. I think he's actually there as a Kurd, representing the Kurds, saying, hey, we need to get these situations resolved. And Sudani was like, yes, we need unification. All right. Yeah, we can skip that. We're almost done. We're almost done. An unprecedented digital leap. I like this article. I almost made it the Star article. The Iraqi government achieves a breakthrough in electronic payments. So here's another one with those numbers, all about how much they've grown and things they've connected and all of that. Oh, this is a repeat. I'll delete that. Upcoming projects redefine financial landscape in Iraq. And I think this is it. Yes. So this is it. But listen to this. Headquartered at the National Data Center, which we just talked about, right? And just think that's jobs. People are working there for now until AI takes over. But anyway, the source expected that these projects will be completed in less than a year, stressing that their implementation will contribute to moving Iraq to a new level. among the advanced countries in this field. So yay, see? Lots of good stuff today. Lots of good stuff. Just a little bit of bad, but mostly good stuff. And like I said, okay, so we're going to end it because it's 30 minutes. Um, the Even like that, the Red Sea incidents, that really doesn't affect. It affects the overall region, stability in the region, but it doesn't affect Iraq, I don't believe, in the rate change. All right. So again, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Hit the thumbs up. It really helps and it's free for you. Um, the like, no, follow, join, subscribe. If you do that, you usually have to hit the bell for notifications or something like that. But I mostly update every day, just not the same time every day. So if you'd like, you could just go to the YouTube channel and see, hey, did she post? And I only do, well, I do Rumble and a couple of other places, but yeah. Anyway, thank you. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, yeah. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. And don't listen to those people. There's plenty of places still selling dinar. I won't say any, but all you have to do is internet search buy Iraqi dinar near me, and sites come up. But yeah, so that's it. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals. Pay all your bills. Thanks for the good comments, good thoughtful comments. I know it's rough. But we're still here, and I told you I believe we're going to be here through summer. But that's me, and hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. So enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, day, evening, whatever time frame you are indulging in this content. And until next time, thank you.